Hi! So I'm just in time for the May favorites. So let's get started. I have had a very busy month. This has been a very busy year, but that's good because I'm rolling with it. But anyway, I hope everyone else has had a great month as well. And I have some cool little decks to show you that I have been working with this month and getting to know. But first, I do want to mention I got to meet Paulina Cassidy, the creator of the Paulina Tarot and Joie de Vivre, and she's working on a new animal. I was looking around because I was like, I want it. She's working on a really beautiful animal oracle deck. I say oracle, it might be a tarot. But yeah, either way, I got to meet her in person because she lives where I live. And she's so beautiful. And she happened to be all out of, I don't own one of her decks, but so she's at one of these, we have a really big market where we live, and she sells her beautiful art pieces, and her tarot decks and oracle decks, but she was totally out of all the card decks. So I grabbed some of her artwork. But it is so beautiful. I still haven't gotten them framed yet. That's all how busy I've been. Oh my god, this one's my favorite. Look at that. If anyone has the connected and free oracle, there's the octopus on that one. There's a card for the octopus for your psychic and intuitive prowess, I think is what that card's called. But anyway, and then I got a sloth and some little baby mermaids. So for my little daughter, for her room. But yeah, so I was like, oh, so much fun. It was so beautiful to meet her. She is absolutely gorgeous and so sweet. And I was like, I need your deck. And she's like, well, you can purchase my decks online. But I was like, no, I want one from you. I want it from you. If you're here in my town, I want to support you directly. So hopefully next time I go to the market, she'll have some in stock. So with that said, I'll go ahead and start. What's been in my gold bag that I've been carrying around? I have, and this is actually surprising. Oh, you know what? I didn't pull these out first. Okay. The Wild Unknown. I got this, I got this in a trade over the winter, and I used it a little bit when I first got it, and then I kind of was just like, because I got a bunch of new decks, and I didn't really, I was like, it's nice, but I wasn't totally sure about it. It was just so dark to me. But, here, let me show you guys. I love it. Two of Cups. But anyway, I felt called to pull it out again. And I have been loving working with it. It doesn't feel so dark anymore. It feels, I don't know, very high energy. What I did do, though, in the middle of all this, I colored it in. And I cannot remember the name. I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name of her channel, but she did a Wild Unknown review, and she said her daughter had, colored penciled some of the cards to make them a little bit more lively. And so, this is when I copied her. I cannot remember her channel. I'm so sorry, but her daughter had painted or drawn green feathers onto the death card to just, remind us that life comes from death again. So don't. Just remember the rebirth of this card and the essence of it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. So I did that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some more. This one's already colored, it was already like this, but I love the Six of Cups. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. I know, this whole deck, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's speaking to me. I'm so glad because I really was like, I know everyone loves this deck, and I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of dark. This is one of my favorite Six of Pentacles. I love that blossoming. And the moon. I love the moon. The Emperor and the Empress are amazing. And Carrie Mallon's blog has been absolutely, because I don't have, I do have the guidebook, but her blog is absolutely amazing for going in depth with these cards. So it's not very well done, but I used Copic markers on this card. I was trying to do the chakras. It didn't really turn out well, but I did do some other ones. Look at that, Ace of Pentacles. And I know everyone's like, yes, we know this deck. I love this rainbow. That was already like that. So, you know, obviously there's a lot of colored cards, and it's so funny. I've been using it so much, and I've been getting all the colorful cards because I felt like when I was first using it, all I was getting was like, you know, black and white, and I'm like, I need color. So I did color in this fox with colored pencil. It's so cute. I think she might have done that on the video that I cannot remember her channel, but so this is not my idea. I wouldn't, honestly, I wouldn't have even thought of coloring in a deck unless I had seen someone else do it. Isn't that beautiful though? I did, and also like that, yeah, the idea of the Five of Wands, because this is normally a black and white card, but I love all the colors added. So, oh, you know, I did do one more. Let me find him. It's going to be the last card. I do look at this gorgeous Ten of Pentacles. And the World has been popping up. I love that card. I have the Animal Spirit Oracle on my wish list. And then there's the last card I altered. The Hermit. Put some green on his shell. So, yeah, this deck has it's been coming with me. It's been my go-to deck to take with me today, this month. And then my other two standbys, really quickly, the Color Gypsy, which I've been using for, I try not every day, but, you know, like a daily draw for my Instagram page. But, yeah, the Color Gypsy, color with a U. She is on Instagram, and I have a YouTube video of this deck with a flip through, but I have just been devouring this deck, and I noticed that like cards pop out, like I'm thinking of a question, a card flies out. So that was one of the cards for today. Hey, there's a cat. But very beautiful, colorful, and it's just so nice. As I've been carrying it with me because it's just super easy, quick oracle, and it gives me really good answers for anything that pops into my mind. So I have been loving that. And then the other one, this one is my standby, is the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. For all the business questions, for all the business ideas, for all the lady boss. I love her. I've been using her big spreads from the book. I've been carrying the book around with me too. The money spread, the epic mission spread, the smaller spreads too are nice. So this has asked me, you know what, here's how detailed I've gotten with it. I actually, when I do a big spread with this, like in the evening, if I have time, I've only done it twice now, but I will record. I'll read and record it. If I pull 3 cards, 6 cards, or whatever, I'll record it on my phone so I can go back and listen to it. You know, in case I don't have time to sit and read. You know, if I'm in the car, I think I can just put, hit play. But yeah, absolutely. That's a great card. All the cards I've pulled, and I do have a lot of cards that come out for me a lot, have been so good. So good. This is just, and the cardstock is amazing. It's just exactly the same size and everything, same cardstock and everything as the Star Child Tarot, the new borderless edition, Akashic. Okay. And speaking of, I'm not going to get it out, but I have been using this. I use this for the Chakra Divination Challenge for April and got to know this deck, and I absolutely love and adore. So good. And this guidebook with it, so good still. Hands down, so good. All these things are so good. And what else? Oh, and then I also got the Vision Quest, which I have just started using this. Got it like a week or so ago. I have just started using it and absolutely adore it as well. I have just used it for myself, but I'm not going to pull it out. But I also did a flip through video on YouTube for this, in case you do want to see it. But the guidebook is very nice. It's super quick and easy, but it's just, this is really good. And I haven't used it yet, but I have the intention to use it with the medicine cards, the animal medicine cards, in conjunction with it. And then another one which I have not used a lot, but I was very impressed with the the first few readings I did was the Sacred Sites Oracle cards, and it's not a very expensive deck at all, and it's very, I don't know, what's the right word? What is the word I'm looking for? It's unusual, and, you know, there's a system with it, but, if you're interested in sacred sites, obviously, like I was, or I am, you might want to consider it. It's just a very, you know, again, it's a very affordable deck, and it's, you know, locations all over the world that in it, and it comes from and the book breaks it down from like the past, present, future. Oh my goodness, the cats. All right, and yeah, so it has the past, present, future on it, and description, so you can just see if whatever your situation is, you can get a very broad view with just one card with this deck. Here's the Grand Canyon. And the card itself, the cards themselves are broken down, so this is the past, present, future manifestation of the energy of the site, of this card, and how it reflects towards you. So again, I haven't worked with it enough yet, but, you know, very cool little deck to, if you want to get to, you know, more involved with sacred sites, and great little packaging. So there's that one. And then we have the two decks that, I didn't finish the challenges, but I did 2 Instagram challenges this month, and I purposefully used Gypsy Palace and the Chez Monnet. And let me say, so these were both, like, I bought these decks, they came kind of close together, and so they're very, here, let me just show you, I mean, these are very intuitive, deep decks, and there's a lot going on in the cards, and it's very non-traditional, and the guidebooks, well, I didn't get the guidebook with the Gypsy Palace. I was like, I don't need it, and I probably, if you're thinking about purchasing Gypsy Palace, I probably would recommend get the guidebook just to assist you. There's a lot of good videos online. Kellyanne Maddox has great breakdown of like all the majors, which is super helpful. And she has a couple of videos. And the creator, Nora on Etsy, she's got some YouTube videos as well. But like, look how, like, that's the chariot. Look how different it is. It is very different, but the guidebook is so deep. So let me say, so this deck I became immediately connected to this month working with it. I mean, I still don't totally understand it, but I was doing a self-love challenge with it, and every card, I didn't even have to look at the guidebook. It just seemed like the card spoke to me, but I would still like get my intuitive message from it, and then I would look at the guidebook and I was like, wow, it's just even more profound, a deeper layer, and, you know, got me, you know, getting used to this deck and the meanings behind it. I mean, look at that death card. And apparently that's the Hierophant, the child on this death card, and Death is wearing a mask, and she's pregnant. But, oh, and I will say, let me see, the cup suit is absolutely gorgeous. But very beautiful, so beautiful. So I was like, I connected to this, and before I didn't know, so I highly recommend doing like one of those challenges with it. It helped open me up to it. So if you're like, because when I first got it, I was like, what do I ask? I don't even know what to ask this deck, you know, to get to know it better. But I'm like, wow, I got to know it. And, you know, at least start a relationship. Now I'm like, okay, I get you. I know, okay, I'm starting to feel you. We're keeping you. I want to get to know you better. Now, with that said, I love Chez Monnet Tarot. The Gypsy Palace, this deck in its challenge I was using it for, I almost was like, I need to get rid of this deck. This deck is sassy, it's rude, it makes fun of me. Let me show you the card. It called me, and it pops out on me. Although I do love the Strength card. And there's 2 of Wands. So this is very intuitive too, non-traditional. I mean, sort of traditional, but really not. There's a lot going on in these cards. So the first review I did with it, this is the card. It's like, you know, how would you describe me? The 9 of Swords. And this is all my other tarot decks, my first, you know, first reviews of them, they always give me, like, describe me. They always are so nice to me and appropriate and loving, you know, like the Empress, or, you know, so like the Page of Cups, or the, you know, like a Queen, or it's always like a nice, beautiful card. And then this cheeky ass deck, I was like, oh, you're the Nine of Swords, and then whenever I try to use it, it's like, it'll throw this card at me. It's like mocking me, and I'm like, I don't know what to say about it. But then it's still, I don't know, I'm keeping it because it's just, I don't know what else. I mean, I'm not going to chicken out on a tarot deck, but obviously it has personality, but I wish it was a little bit nicer, if that makes sense. I'm like, stop being an asshole for a second and just, you know, be nice. Please be nice. You can tell me the truth without being so, you know, blunt about it. Although I did have a really good reading with it. See, Wild Moon Woman, Elise, recommends this for dream work in her video, and I will say it was useful for the dream work. So, you know, one of the questions I did ask it, but it has given me beautiful, you know, it has given me beautiful daily draws. Haven't used it every day for daily draw, but it has given me beautiful cards. Like this one came up for me one night. I was like, okay, that's beautiful, right? But otherwise, it is a cheeky ass deck. That's all I have to say about it. And then the last one I've been using is the Illuminated Tarot, and I love it. And this is like my #1 go-to Rider-Waite, traditional Rider-Waite, and that's my favorite Three of Cups. Although I will say Gypsy Palace, that Three of Cups is one of my favorite as well. So look how colorful and lovely it is, and where's the world? So, and it's easy to shuffle. So I've been using this one quite a bit as well. I have not used a whole lot this month the Lumina and the Morgan Greer. I have used them, but just not. I've been carrying around the Wild Unknown. So anyway, and oh, the crystals I've been using. I have been sleeping. Or actually, I have one in my pocket. I have been working with Chrysocolla still, and Fire and Ice Quartz Generator, which I don't have with me, and then I have been, like, every night for bed for dream work. I don't know if it's necessarily for dream work, but Angelite and Labradite and Chrysocolla for dream work. So I'm like, I have been sleeping with crystals under my pillow, so I've got a lot of crystals in my bed. So that is everything for right now, and yeah. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week and a great June, and I will share with you what I fall in love with for June when it comes. And thank you for watching.